How do you react when you find out your mom is the biggest whore in your family? Or when you find out your mom and dad stay together for your own sake? It's scary knowing family secrets because once you know them, you can't unsee how human your family members really are. The image you had of them breaks. You realize they weren't operating from wisdom or love as much as they were operating from fear, shame, and survival. Family secrets are inevitable. When someone becomes a parent, they don't suddenly become emotionally mature or healed. They bring their flaws with them. They bring the coping mechanisms they learned as children, even if those ways of coping aren't healthy for a kid growing up in that environment. It's easy to forget that your parent was once a child too. They grew up in a certain household, learned basic rules about silence, conflict, sex, or emotions, and then carried those rules into adulthood without ever questioning them. Parenting styles don't come from nowhere. They come from whatever worked, or at least what didn't get them hurt when they were younger. This is where generational curses come from. They exist because everyone in the family chooses silence. Everyone knows something is wrong, but no one wants to be the one to acknowledge it. Everyone wants the curse to end, but no one is mature enough to say the quiet part out loud. So the family just keeps going. People pretend things didn't happen. People minimize, rationalize, or even rewrite the past. And because nothing is named, the pain keeps moving through the family and hitting the next person. Intergenerational trauma often starts with one person getting hurt. Maybe someone gets abused or molested. Maybe someone grows up neglected or emotionally abandoned. That person never deals with it. Instead, the trauma leaks out sideways. It shows up in anger, addiction, emotional distance, control, or chaos. Then that person becomes a parent and passes down without even realizing it. What's important to understand is that by the same logic, it takes only one person to end it. One person can decide that the pain stops here. Not by fixing the family or confronting everyone, but by refusing to let the trauma continue through their own actions. This is where responsibility comes in. And responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for what happened to you. It means recognizing that once you see the pattern, you're responsible for whether it continues. A lot of people get stuck blaming their family forever. And that makes sense. It explains the pain, but at some point, explanation turns into a self-fulfilling prophecy. You start telling yourself that because you grew up around dysfunction, they're destined to repeat it. You use the past as proof that the future can't be different. Parenting styles change over time. What used to be normal is not recognized as harmful, but what used to be survival is not understood as dysfunction. That doesn't mean your parents were evil. It means they didn't have the awareness or maturity to do better. The real question isn't why your family was dysfunctional. The real question is what you're going to do now that you see it clearly. Because once you see it, you can't unknow it. You either repeat it unconsciously, or we take responsibility and make sure the trauma and drama end with you.